Welcome to Call the Wild Tutorials, and today we're out here on Reventuli Coast, and we're continuing our skill series in the Ambusher tree, and today we are talking about the skill Hill Caller. Now, Hill Caller increases the attraction range of all callers when used within 10 meters of a lookout point or inside an elevated structure. This includes tree and tripod stands and elevated hunting structures. So I can see how this is going to be useful. Downfall is you can only use it in elevated structures or around the lookouts. Now, when we're testing this, looking on the internet, it says it gives us an increased range of about 100 meters. So we're going to test the whitetail, which has a range of 150, and we're going to test the moose collar today, which has a range of 200. So we're going to do a baseline test, of course. Obviously, first, I'm down here on the ground, and I am looking at it. We have some moose here. Oh, there's some brown bear. And we have some moose here. They're about 270 meters away, 275 meters away. And we're going to, each time we use a collar, we're going to use it 4 times to hit that attraction strength to see if they'll come in. So sorry about the fast forward. We just want to make sure that we don't waste your time with calling it 4 times. And as we can see, they're still drinking. When the collar is effective, they'll go to traveling. So let's get up in the stand and let's try it at base level again. And let's try our moose collar here. Once again, we're going to just take our binos out. We're going to look, and oddly enough, it's had an effect on them. Now, I don't know if this is a glitch. It shouldn't, but it should have a range of 300 meters only when we're using the hill collar. So we have some moose here over on the other side of the lake, and they seem unaffected by it. So what we're going to do is try to call those ones in. So we're going to pop the skill point into hill collar here. And then we are going to see about calling them in. So trying our collar again. With the skill point in, we can see that it had no effect on them. They're just a little bit out of range. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to set up a stand just down over here. That's a little bit closer. And so we're setting up our stand, and now we're going to try our collar again. You can see we have her moose running away there, and we are about 292 meters away. And let's try our moose collar again. And now checking the moose across the way, they've gone from drinking to traveling. So that means the collar has had an effect on them. So once again, we can call it 300 meters, I would say, is a safe assumption, minus that little glitch. So let's go over to, switch over to whitetail now. And here we have we set the time back. We have our whitetail drinking here. They're about 200 meters away. 225 over is the furthest one in this herd. We can see our moose is still there. They're kind of glitched a little bit because it shows that they're drinking, but we've got some whitetail that they're 250 meters away. Now let's keep in mind that our whitetail, we're using the lowest setting one, so it's only 150 meters for the attraction range. And once again, we're sitting here on the ground. We're not in a stand. And now let's see if it had any effect on any of these whitetails. So this one's the closest, just a little over 200 meters away, and we can see that it has had no effect on them. So up in the stand, we're trying it again. And before with the moose collar, remember, they came in. So it must just be with the moose collar that it's a glitch, that it increases the range a little bit in the stand. But here with the whitetail collar, it had no effect, even on the closest one, which is 200 meters away. So now we're going to put the skill point back in, and we are going to then call the whitetail again to see if that has an effect on them. So actually right away when we used our first call, you could see them move. And when we look over here, we can see that they are all coming. So that's a 100-meter range increase that we're getting with that collar. And so that's actually a pretty good increase for that. So is this skill for you? Well, on the upside, it increases the collar range by 100 meters. But on the downside, it can only be used in an elevated structure or within 10 meters of a lookout point, and it costs a lot of points to get. So I hope you found this video useful. From Reventuli Coast, this is Call the Wild Tutorial saying, happy hunting.